Samson's story did not begin in power, but in promise. Long before his feats made headlines in Israel, before his name stirred both fear and awe among the Philistines, he was just a whispered prophecy. Israel had fallen again into sin. They had broken their covenant with God and found themselves enslaved, not in chains, but in shame, under Philistine oppression. For 40 years, the people cried in silence, awaiting deliverance. And God, rich in mercy, began his plan through an unlikely vessel, a barren woman. An angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife. "You are barren," he said, "but you shall conceive and bear a son." The angel gave strict instructions. The child must never drink wine, eat anything unclean, or have his hair cut. He was to be a Nazirite, consecrated to God from the womb. Through him, Israel would taste freedom again. True to the word, the woman bore a son and named him Samson. As the child grew, the Spirit of the Lord stirred him in Mahan-Edan. The boy became a man of unusual strength and passion, and with that strength came tests of the heart. Samson's first entanglement with the Philistines was not in battle, but in love. He fell for a woman from Timnah, a Philistine city. His parents protested, but Samson insisted, "She pleases me well." This wasn't rebellion alone. God was seeking an opportunity against the Philistines through his desires. On his way to meet her, a lion attacked him. The Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he tore it apart with his bare hands. Days later, he returned and found bees had made honey in the lion's carcass. He scooped it and ate, a sign of strength feeding sweetness, and death concealing provision. At the wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle inspired by this event. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. The Philistines couldn't solve it. In frustration, they threatened his bride. She wept, pleaded, and finally Samson gave in. She betrayed him. Burning with anger, Samson struck down 30 Philistines in Ashkelon to pay his debt of garments. He returned home, and when he came back to claim his wife, she had been given to another man. He caught 300 foxes, tied torches between their tails, and let them loose in the Philistine grain fields, an act that crippled their economy and ignited war. The Philistines retaliated by burning the woman and her father. Enraged, Samson attacked them viciously. But his own people, afraid of backlash, handed him over to the enemy. Bound with ropes, Samson was brought to Lehi, but the Spirit of God rushed upon him, and he snapped the ropes like flax burned with fire. He grabbed a fresh jawbone of a donkey and killed 1,000 men. Despite these victories, Samson's heart remained vulnerable. He judged Israel for 20 years, but his weakness remained unchecked. And then Delilah came. Delilah was not just beautiful. She was cunning, deliberate, and dangerous. Her presence stirred in Samson what his enemies could not: vulnerability. She became his emotional trap, the velvet rope that would bind a warrior. The Philistine lords came to her with silver, each offering 1,100 pieces. She accepted. Her mission: find the secret of his strength. She pressed him day after day, her voice dripping with seduction and guilt. "If you love me, tell me." Samson lied. First, bowstrings, then ropes, then weaving his hair. Each time, she acted on his words, and each time he broke free. But Delilah was not deterred. She nagged until his soul was vexed to death. The strongest man alive became weary from a woman's persistence. He finally broke. "My hair has never been cut. If it is, I will become weak." That night, Delilah lulled him to sleep on her lap, the most dangerous pillow in history. A man crept in and shaved his head, and just like that, the covenant was broken. She shouted, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." He woke up, shook himself, but the Lord had left him. His strength was gone, not just from hair, but from broken vow. The Philistines seized him, they gouged out his eyes. The man who once saw visions and victories now sat in darkness. They chained him and made him grind grain in prison. But God was not finished. His hair began to grow again, slowly, quietly, in secret. One day, the Philistines threw a great feast to Dagon, their god. They praised him for delivering Samson into their hands. They summoned Samson to perform for them, to mock the once mighty man. Blind, bruised, but not broken in spirit, Samson whispered to the boy who guided him, "Let me feel the pillars that support the temple." He placed his hands on them, one on the left, one on the right. Then he prayed a final prayer. "O Lord God, remember me. Strengthen me, I pray, just this once." And with every ounce of power left, Samson pushed. The temple trembled, stones cracked, beams split. The whole structure collapsed, thousands died, including all the rulers. And in death, Samson accomplished more than in life. His family retrieved his body and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol, in the tomb of his father. He had judged Israel 20 years, but his story continues to judge us today. Mazzideno reminder: be careful where you lay your head. Power can be drained in silence. Not every love is covenant. But even when strength is lost, God can still write redemption into your final breath. Read Judges 13-16 for full context. Prayer: Lord, give me discernment in my relationships, and let every mistake bring me closer to my purpose.